I'm Tad Flaky,
I'm Lilibet Flaky.
and this is Pointless Global News. On today's show, an old man mistakes a dog poop box for a mailbox.
Then, navigating Venice with Google Maps can be a soggy experience.
Next, I'll tell you about a story involving a crime-fighting pig. More on that later. But first, when short-sighted pensioner Alf Spence walked down to his local mailbox to send a card, he hoped he hadn't missed the last collection. But as he popped the envelope through the little slot, a concerned passerby looked at him with stunned expression. The Good Samaritan tapped the befuddled Alf, age 91, on the shoulder and explained to him that he wasn't standing in front of a mailbox, but in fact mailed his great-grandson's birthday card into a dog poop waste bin. Partially blind Alf, who's from Bedale, North Yorks in Britain, is now facing up to the fact that he's been sending his letters, cards, and competition entries into a box of steaming pooch turds for the past 2 years. The World War II veteran said, quote, "I walked down to the mailbox, like I do every week, and began placing our Tommy's third birthday card in the little slot. A woman walking her dog came by me, tapped me on the shoulder, and asked what I was doing. I thought she was going to cry when I told her. She held my hand and pointed out that the mailbox was on the other side of the road. I don't have the best eyesight these days, but even so, the mailbox and the dog poop box are almost identical. They're both red, the same shape, and stuck on a post. I bet I'm not the only pensioner to get them confused. The bloody council should never have put them so close together." Alf has since contacted Royal Mail, telling them to cancel their investigation into the hundreds of missing letters and parcels that he's sent over the last 2 years. The widower, who lost his wife Betsy back in 1989, said, quote, "I accused them of losing my mail, saying their service was rubbish, and now I'm the one that owes them an apology." Alf's daughter, Susan, said she was relieved that the riddle of the missing letters had finally been solved. The mother of four said, "Every time I asked Dad if he remembered one of his kids' birthdays, he'd say, 'Yes, there's a check in the mail.' When they never showed up, we thought he was either losing his marbles or was just plain lying. So it's nice to know that at least he was trying." She added, "What I'd like to know is why the people who empty the dog poop box have never wondered why Dad's letters are in there. Surely they could have passed them to the Royal Mail or forwarded them on to the addresses with a letter saying where they were found." A source at the North Yorkshire District Council confirmed they had erected the red dog waste bins back in June of 2009, around the same time that Alf's mail started to mysteriously disappear.
Well, I'm getting this image of either Alf, the little puppet that used to be on TV,
Yeah.
or Hans Moleman from The Simpsons. But there's still something wrong with this. If you're sending a check, is he or anybody helping him balance his checkbook? He would be able to see that the checks were not cashed.
I got the impression he's just doing it all himself, and nobody was helping him.
So then he's not looking to see if his checks are cashed. God knows what other issues he's having. Because if you write a check and it doesn't get cashed, then it would show up in your bank statements.
Well, that's true, but maybe he wasn't doing his banking through the mail. Maybe
no,
he went right to
his
the bank.
check, if you write a check
Right.
and it gets cashed, you see that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to balance your checkbook
Yeah,
if he says the
I see
check is
now.
in the mail.
Yeah, now I get what you're saying.
Okay, so somebody's not helping him.
The other thing that's kind of off in this story, his daughter was wondering why somebody didn't notice and then give them back to the mail. I don't think the Postal Service is going to take any envelopes that smell like poop.
I don't think that's their job to sift through poop bags and mail.
No.
Anyway, sad story, but I'm glad it worked out in the end. Victoria Gzinda shared a video of her holding her phone as she walked down a few steps towards a canal before toppling into the water. When Google Maps says go straight, but you're in Venice, the tourist captioned the clip of her trip and fall. It then cuts to Gzinda being treated for some bloody scrapes on her legs, as she adds, "Be careful," to the video. Viewers question the woman, who was left bloodied and half soaked. So, what did she think would happen walking down stone steps into the water? One person asked. A second commenter pointed out, maybe stop blindly before a GPS, stop following it blindly, and actually look around and use your brain. However, Instagram users pointed out how their feeds are filled with videos of people tumbling into Venice's waterways. On a Venice tour site, tour leader Venice noted that Google Maps doesn't work well in Venice, given the city's unique address system, not to mention the physical challenges like dead ends, narrow passages, bridge accessibility, changing water levels that can confuse GPS systems. The website suggested going old school with paper maps and using major landmarks for navigation, as well as the city's yellow directional signs. Last month, 2 tourists were caught swimming in the Grand Canal and were fined €450 each and banned from the city after gondoliers reported them to authorities. Venice is a protected UNESCO World Heritage Site, which makes it illegal to swim, paddleboard, and canoe in the city. According to the City of Venice's official website, bathing, diving, and swimming in the canals are prohibited to preserve urban cleanliness and landscapes, and also for reasons of safety and public hygiene. I'm sorry, she was just stupid because we've been to Venice. And there is nothing that would make you think that you should walk down some steps into the canal. If you tripped and fell, that's one thing. But the steps to the canal are not on a major pathway. They're clearly on the edge of the water. Really? Really, woman? Really?
And I have a wholesome distrust of Google Maps anyway.
But even so,
Yeah.
if we'd never been to the city, I would say I'd give her the benefit of the doubt. But Victoria, come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now, Victoria.
Okay, finally, pigs might look like sweet and cuddly creatures, but don't be fooled. They also are fierce warriors who will do whatever it takes to protect their families, and Arnold is just one such pig. And we're not talking about Arnold the pig from the old TV show Green Acres. This is a different Arnold. The 300-pound pet pig became a star attraction in his Minneapolis neighborhood after he saved his owner one February when 2 men threatened her in her garage. The pig's owner, Becky Moyer, said she had left the side door open and soon felt something like a gun in her back. She went into the kitchen where Arnold was laying on the floor. When Moyer began screaming, Arnold sprang into action. Moyer said that Arnold swung around and bit the man right in his calf muscle. The guy yelled and then ran out of the room with his friend. Her other pig, a Vietnamese potbelly pig named Axel, was not quite as brave as Arnold and hid under a chair for the entire time. Although police have not arrested any suspects in the incident, it prompted Arnold to receive an award from the Minneapolis Police Department. His status as a neighborhood mascot has made Moyer well known among residents of Stevens Square, a crime-plagued neighborhood where he lives.
Well, I think Arnold is smarter than Victoria in the previous story.
Totally.
I'm sure he would not have walked into a canal.
No.
Pigs are smart, and obviously smarter than some humans.
And lovable, too.
Yes.
And that's going to be a wrap for another Pointless Global News. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Tad Flaky.
I'm Lilibet Flaky.
Stay pointless, my friend.